She posted, "Men who check their girlfriend's phone are toxic and insecure." I didn't argue. I just handed her phone back and said, "You're right." Then I forwarded the screenshots I'd already taken to her mother. The family group chat exploded within minutes. Original post: I, 31 male, should have seen the red flags earlier, but love makes you stupid, right? Been with Jenna, 29, for about 18 months. Moved in together 6 months ago. Everything seemed solid until last Tuesday. We were chilling on the couch, she was scrolling Instagram, and her phone kept buzzing, like constant notifications. She'd glance at them and smile, typing quick responses. Whatever, people have friends. But then she got up to grab water and left her phone face up. A message preview popped up. "Can't wait for Thursday night, baby." From someone saved as Jim Derrick. My stomach dropped. She comes back. I'm trying to act normal, but she must have seen something on my face. "What's wrong?" she asked. "Your phone just buzzed. Message from Derrick about Thursday night." Her whole demeanor shifted. Not guilty. Defensive. "Were you looking at my phone?" It was face up. The notification showed. She snatched it, held it to her chest like I'd violated something sacred. This is exactly the toxic behavior I was talking about with my friends. Men who need to check their girlfriends' phones are insecure control freaks. I didn't check anything. The message literally, "Sure, Nate, sure." She started typing furiously, then showed me her screen. A fresh Instagram story post. "Men who check their girlfriend's phone are toxic and insecure. If you don't trust your partner, just leave. Period." Tagged her location, tagged her best friend Melissa. Within seconds, likes and comments started rolling in. Preach. Say it louder. My ex was like this. I sat there watching her righteousness, knowing what I'd seen. She kept ranting about boundaries and trust while her phone kept lighting up with supportive comments. "You know what?" I said, standing up. "Let me see your phone then, if there's nothing to hide." She laughed. Actually laughed. "That's not how trust works, Nate. The fact you're even asking proves you're the problem here. So you can post publicly about toxic men but won't show me your messages with Derrick? He's my trainer. We discuss workout schedules. At night? Calling you baby?" She rolled her eyes. "You're being paranoid. This is exactly why I need space to think about us." Space. There it was. That night, she went to stay at Melissa's to clear her head. But she forgot one thing. Her iPad was still logged into everything and syncing in real time. Modern technology, am I right? I wasn't planning to snoop, honestly wasn't. But the iPad kept lighting up on the coffee table with message after message. Derrick. But also, someone named Antonio. And her ex, Trevor. The messages with Derrick were explicit. They'd been hooking up for 3 months. Gym sessions that turned into car sessions. Thursday night was their standing date night when I had my bowling league. Antonio was some guy from her work. Mostly flirting, but recent messages suggested they'd hooked up at the company holiday party last month, when I was home with food poisoning. Trevor, the ex she claimed was psycho and controlling, they'd been sexting. She'd sent him photos 2 days ago. Photos I took of her on our anniversary trip. I sat there for maybe an hour, screenshot after screenshot. Not because I was hurt, I was, but because I knew exactly how this would play out. She'd deny, gaslight, make me the villain. Unless her mom, Gloria, loves me, thinks I'm the best thing that ever happened to her daughter. Always saying how happy she is. Jenna found a good man who treats her right. Her dad, Robert, constantly jokes about when we're giving them grandkids. I had their numbers. I had the family WhatsApp group from Thanksgiving planning. But first, I needed one more thing. Update 1. Next morning, Jenna came back to talk. Full makeup, wearing the sundress I'd complimented once. The manipulation was so transparent it was almost insulting. "Baby, I'm sorry about yesterday," she started. "I overreacted. Maybe we can work through your trust issues together." "Couples therapy?" I nodded slowly. "You're right, I have trust issues. Can I see your phone? Just to put my mind at ease?" She sighed dramatically but handed it over. "See? This is growth." I opened Instagram first, liked her post about toxic men, commented, "You're absolutely right." She smiled, thinking she'd won. Then I opened her messages. She deleted Derrick's entire thread. Antonio's too. Trevor's messages were gone, like they never existed. "All clean," I said, handing it back. "See? Nothing to worry about. You were being paranoid." "Totally," I agreed. "I'm sorry I doubted you." She kissed my cheek. I knew you'd come around. Oh, I have to run to the gym. Derek's got a new program for me. Thursday night still your regular session? Yeah, why? Just wondering. Have fun. She left happy, probably texting her group chat about how she'd trained me. Meanwhile, I opened my laptop. The email was simple. Subject: concerns about Jenna. Hi Gloria and Robert, I'm sorry to reach out like this, but I thought you should know about some concerning behavior. I discovered Jenna has been seeing multiple men behind my back. I have proof, but wanted you to hear it from me first before this becomes public. I know this is shocking. It was for me too. Best, Nate. Then I attached everything, every screenshot, every timestamp. Derek talking about what they did in his car. Antonio describing their hookup in graphic detail. Trevor receiving photos I took of their daughter. I added the screenshot of her post about toxic insecure men, with the timestamp showing it was posted minutes after I'd asked about Derek. Then I hit send. But I wasn't done. The family WhatsApp group, Gloria, Robert, Jenna's sister Katie, her brother Miguel, various aunts and cousins. About 23 people total. I typed, I wanted everyone to know that Jenna and I are no longer together. I discovered she's been unfaithful with multiple partners. I've already informed Gloria and Robert privately with evidence. I wish Jenna the best but can't continue this relationship. Send. Then I sat back and waited. 7 minutes. That's how long it took. Gloria called Jenna first. I know because Jenna called me screaming literally 10 seconds after hanging up with her mom. What did you do? Exactly what you suggested. I didn't check your phone anymore. I'd already seen everything I needed. You went through my iPad? That's psycho behavior. It was laying on our coffee table, logged into your accounts, the messages kept popping up. That's still snooping. You violated my privacy. Like Derek violated our relationship in his car? Silence. Then, you had no right to tell my family. Why? Toxic men who check phones are red flags, but women who sleep with 3 different men while living with their boyfriend are what? Empowered? I'm coming to get my stuff. Already packed. It's on the porch. You can't just, I can, and I did. Your tea won't work either. Changed the locks this morning after you left for your workout. She hung up, but the family group chat was exploding. Katie, Jenna, WTF is wrong with you? This is disgusting. Mom is crying. Random aunt, I always knew something was off about her. Robert, Nate, I'm so sorry, son. You didn't deserve this. Jenna Marie Rodriguez, you call me right now. The best part? Jenna's Instagram was still public. That post about toxic men checking phones, the comment section became a battlefield. Katie commented, this aged well. Maybe men check phones because you're sleeping with 3 different guys? One of my buddies who follows her. Imagine calling your boyfriend toxic while getting railed by your trainer, LMAO. Even Melissa, her best friend, posted, I can't defend this. You lied to me too. Update 2, the entitlement escalation was something else. Day 2 after the expose, I get a call from an unknown number. It's Derek the trainer. Yo bro, what you did was mad disrespectful. I actually laughed. I'm disrespectful? You were banging my girlfriend. She said you guys were basically broken up, living like roommates. We literally went on an anniversary trip 2 weeks ago. Look man, that's between you two. But putting me on blast like that? My girl saw those screenshots. She's leaving me. My reputation at the gym is ruined. Good. You need to fix this. Tell everyone you made it up or something. Derek, with all due respect, eat shit. He hung up. 20 minutes later, Antonio calls. This dude has the audacity to threaten me. You better take that stuff down or we're gonna have problems. What stuff? I didn't post anything publicly. Her family is telling everyone. My wife's sister knows her cousin. This is getting around. Sounds like a you problem. Listen here. No, you listen. You knew she had a boyfriend. You slept with her anyway. Your wife deserves to know. Deal with your own mess. Then came Trevor, the ex. This fool DMs me on Instagram. Bro, code violation. You don't expose another man's side piece like that. I responded, there's no bro code for scumbags, and blocked him. But Jenna went nuclear. First, she tried the suicide card, posted some cryptic goodbye message on Instagram with a black screen, had her location turned off. The works. Gloria called me in tears. She's saying she might hurt herself. This is your fault. Gloria, check her Venmo. She literally just paid for brunch 20 minutes ago. Sure enough, Public Venmo showed she'd paid Melissa for Sunday mimosas and therapy. Gloria was pissed. She's lying about being suicidal? The fake crisis backfired spectacularly. Robert texted the family group, "Your mother and I are done with the manipulation. Jenna, you're cut off financially until you get professional help." Jenna's response was to show up at my apartment at 2 a.m., drunk with Derek and some random dude I didn't recognize. She's banging on my door, screaming about her belongings. "I know my rights. You can't keep my property." I called the cops. Showed them the security footage of me putting her boxes on the porch, time-stamped. Showed them her texts confirming she picked them up. Showed them the messages about our breakup. The officer turned to her. "Ma'am, you've retrieved your belongings. You need to leave or we'll arrest you for disturbing the peace and public intoxication." Derek tried to step up. "Officers, she has rights." "Sir, are you her attorney?" "No, I'm her friend." "Then step back." They left, but not before Jenna screamed, "You ruined my life. Everyone thinks I'm a whore." Lady in 3B opened her door. "You are a whore. Shut up." I couldn't help it. I laughed. Next morning I get served with papers. She's suing me for emotional distress and defamation. The amount? $50,000. I forward it to my cousin who's a lawyer. He calls me laughing. "She's suing you for telling the truth to her family? With evidence?" This is getting thrown out immediately. But the best part was her demand letter. She wanted $50,000 for emotional damage, a public apology on social media, me to tell her family I exaggerated, 3 months of rent money because she can't work due to trauma, her gym membership paid for a year. I'm not kidding. Compensation for lost relationship opportunities. My cousin responded formally, including her own Instagram post calling Emmy toxic, time-stamped proof of all her messages, and a counter-threat to sue for harassment if she continued. Update 3. The extinction, wait no, let's call it the desperation spiral. Yeah, that fits better. Jenna's lawsuit got dismissed in preliminary hearing. The judge literally said, plaintiff seeks damages for defendant sharing truthful information with her family. Case dismissed with prejudice. But she wasn't done. Oh no, she created a fake Instagram account and started messaging my female coworkers, telling them I was abusive, that I'd leaked her nudes. I never had any. She's confusing me with Trevor apparently, that I had STDs. One coworker, Harmony, immediately forwarded me the messages. "Your ex is psycho. Want me to respond?" I told her to block and ignore, but documented everything. Then Jenna tried a different approach. She started dating one of my acquaintances, Paul. Dude I play basketball with sometimes. She posts constantly about her upgrade and how real men don't invade privacy. Paul texts me, "Hey man, just so you know, Jenna and I are together now. No hard feelings?" Me, "All good. Check your girl's phone though. She told me about your trust issues. We cool. Ask her about Derek, or Antonio, or Trevor, or check her iPad. Good luck, brother. Paul, you're just bitter." 2 weeks later, Paul calls me. "You tried to warn me. Found her with some dude named Marco in my bed." Marco, that's a new one. Girls collecting men like Pokemon cards. Meanwhile, the family situation imploded completely. Gloria and Robert separated temporarily because Robert blamed Gloria for raising a narcissist. Katie cut Jenna off completely after Jenna tried to seduce Katie's husband to prove all men are dogs. Yeah, she really tried to sleep with her brother-in-law to make a point. Miguel posted in the family chat, "Jenna is no longer welcome at any family gatherings until she completes therapy. This is non-negotiable." Jenna's response, she showed up at their Thanksgiving with all 3 guys, Derek, Antonio, and Trevor, claiming they were her poly family, and everyone needed to respect her lifestyle. Gloria called me crying. She brought them to Thanksgiving at my mother's house, my 80-year-old mother. The grandma apparently took one look at the situation and said, "So these are all your boyfriends? Which one's paying for dinner?" When none of them offered, she kicked them all out. No freeloaders at my table, especially not the horizontal kind. Grandma's a savage. Final update. It's been about 4 months now. Here's where everyone landed. Jenna lost her job. Apparently, spending all day managing your drama and sexting multiple dudes instead of working has consequences. Antonio worked at the same company, and HR got involved when their affair came to light. Both fired for violation of company policy. She tried to launch a GoFundMe titled Helping a Survivor of Emotional Abuse Rebuild. It raised $47 from one donor, herself from a different account. Her mom commented publicly, "You're not a survivor, you're a cheater. Get a job." Derek's fitness career imploded. His girlfriend didn't just leave him, she was apparently well connected in the fitness world. Every gym in town knows he sleeps with clients. He moved back to his hometown. Trevor got back with Jenna briefly. Posted a bunch about their renewed love. That lasted exactly until his credit card hit the limit. She immediately dumped him for some crypto bro named Garrison, who turned out to be broke too. Shocker. The guy claiming to be a crypto millionaire driving a 2004 Honda was lying. Paul actually thanked me. We play basketball again. He tells everyone the story as a warning. The family update. Gloria and Robert worked things out in counseling. They sent me a Christmas card with a note, "You'll always be family to us. Thank you for having the courage to tell the truth." Katie named her new puppy Nate. Sent me videos of little Nate all the time. It's weird but sweet. Miguel invited me to his wedding. Jenna wasn't invited. She found out and posted a long rant about family betrayal that got 3 likes. As for me, I'm good. Been dating this girl Bethany for about 2 months. Met her at a coffee shop when she overheard me telling the Jenna story to a friend. She laughed and said, "My ex claimed checking his phone was toxic too. Found out he was married. We bond over trust issues and verify everything. It's weirdly healthy. She has full access to my phone, I have access to hers. Not because we don't trust each other, but because we've both been with people who made privacy synonymous with cheating." Last week, I ran into Jenna at a grocery store. She was with some new guy, hanging on his arm. She saw me and immediately started talking loudly about her amazing new boyfriend who respects boundaries. The dude looked at me with this expression like, "Help me." I just grabbed my groceries and left, but I heard him ask her, "Who was that?" Nobody important, just some toxic ex who was super controlling. Why was he laughing? I don't know. He's probably mentally unstable. Plot twist. The new boyfriend DM'd me on Instagram yesterday. "Bro, is this your ex Jenna? She told me you were abusive, but something seems off." I sent him 3 screenshots. Just 3. Derek, Antonio, and Trevor. His response, "Holy shit, thanks man. Jenna texted me from a new number an hour ago. Stop ruining my relationships, you psycho." I didn't respond, but I did forward it to Gloria with, "She's at it again." Gloria, "I'll handle it." I don't know what that means, but Jenna's Instagram just went private and her bio now says taking a break from dating to focus on myself. Sure, Jenna. Sure. Oh, and that original Instagram post about toxic men who check phones? It's still up. The comment section is a masterpiece of receipts and roast sessions. Someone turned it into a meme template. I've seen it on Reddit twice. Life's good when you don't let entitled people gaslight you. Trust your gut, folks. And if someone says checking their phone makes you toxic while they're getting messages from Jim Derek, run. Don't walk. Run. She posted, "Rip to my relationship. He cheated and broke my heart," with a photo of us. I never cheated. I didn't argue online. I just hired a defamation attorney and sued for $200,000. When her employer fired her for reputation issues and the court ruled in my favor. Original post I, 32 male, woke up to my phone exploding with notifications. Cassandra, 29, my girlfriend of 4 years, had posted on every platform, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, the works. Same message everywhere. Rip to my relationship. Found out Derek has been cheating on me for months with multiple women. The man I loved, trusted, wanted to marry, is a serial cheater and a liar. I'm devastated, but at least now I know the truth. #cheater exposed, #narcissist alert. She attached a photo of us from last Christmas, tagged me, tagged my workplace, tagged my sister, even tagged my elderly mother who barely knows how to use Facebook. Here's the thing. I never cheated. Not once. Not even close. The night before, we'd had an argument about her spending. She'd maxed out another credit card on designer bags. I told her we needed to discuss budgets if we were serious about moving forward. She stormed off to her friend Vanessa's place. Normal couple stuff, I thought. Then this nuclear option out of nowhere. My boss Ted called within an hour. "Derek, what's going on? HR is freaking out about these posts." My mom called crying, asking what she did wrong raising me. My sister was ready to disown me. But I didn't respond online, didn't post rebuttals, didn't engage with the hundreds of comments calling me trash. Instead, I screenshot everything. Every post, every comment where she elaborated on my supposed cheating, every share from her friends amplifying the lies. Downloaded it all, organized it into folders by platform and date. Then I called my college buddy, Nathan, who's now a defamation attorney. "She just gave you a lottery ticket," he said after reviewing everything. "This is textbook defamation per se. Accusations of infidelity targeted at your employer, completely fabricated. We're talking serious damages." How serious? With the workplace implications, the specific false allegations, the deliberate spread to your professional network? 6 figures easy, maybe more if your job is affected. By noon, I'd retained Nathan officially. By 2 p.m., cease and desist letters were being drafted. By close of business, we'd filed a formal defamation lawsuit seeking $200,000 in damages. Cassandra was about to learn that destroying someone's reputation for Instagram sympathy has real-world consequences. Update 1. 1 week later. The cease and desist letter was delivered to Cassandra's work 3 days after the posts. Nathan made sure it was served properly, with confirmation of receipt. Professional service at her marketing firm's reception desk. Her reaction was predictable. First came the angry texts. "Are you serious? You're suing me? This is such a Derek move. Can't handle the truth, so you try to silence me legally. You're really going to sue your girlfriend over a few posts? Pathetic. Nathan is a hack lawyer who couldn't get a real job. Good luck with that." I didn't respond. Nathan had advised complete radio silence except through legal channels. Then came the victim posts. "OMG guys, the narcissist is now trying to sue me for speaking my truth. This is what abusers do. They try to silence their victims with legal threats. I need your support more than ever." Her friend Vanessa started a whole thread about slap suits and how abusive men use the legal system to silence women. The echo chamber was intense. Comments poured in about how I was proving her point by suing her. But here's what Cassandra didn't realize. Every new post was evidence. Every claim of abuse, every elaboration on the cheating story, every call to action for her followers to spread awareness about me, it was all documentation of continued defamation after legal notice. Nathan was practically giddy. "She's literally building our case for us. Keep archiving everything." Then Thursday happened. Got a call from Ted again. "Derek, I need you to come to HR first thing tomorrow. Bring any documentation about this situation." My stomach dropped. The posts had reached critical mass. Her tagging my company wasn't just embarrassing anymore. It was affecting my employment. The HR meeting was surreal. Shannon from HR had printed out dozens of Cassandra's posts. Comments from people saying they'd never do business with a company that employs cheaters. Messages to our corporate Facebook asking why they haven't fired me yet. "Derek, we need to understand what's happening here. These accusations." I pulled out my folder. The cease and desist. The lawsuit filing. Screenshots showing the argument was about money, not infidelity. Text messages from that night where she said she was leaving because I was cheap and controlling her lifestyle. Shannon reviewed everything carefully. "So you're saying none of these cheating allegations are true?" Not a single word. "She's angry I confronted her about financial responsibility. This is retaliation. And you're suing her?" "For defamation, yes. My attorney says it's one of the clearest cases he's seen." Shannon exchanged looks with Ted. "Derek, we can't have this affecting our workplace. The calls, the messages, it's becoming disruptive." My heart sank. Were they firing me over lies? "So effective immediately," Ted said. "You're on paid administrative leave while this gets sorted legally. We can't make a determination about your employment until the legal matter is resolved." Paid leave. Not fired, but not working. My professional life in limbo because of Cassandra's social media tantrum. That night, I got a call from Nathan. "I have interesting news. Cassandra hired an attorney. Mackenzie Wolfe." I knew that name. Mackenzie was notorious for aggressive defense tactics, especially in cases involving women defendants. This was escalating. "What's our next move?" "Discovery. We subpoena her phone records, social media archives, everything. We depose her friends who shared the posts. We document every single lie and its impact. She wanted to play this game publicly. We'll dissect it legally." Meanwhile, Cassandra's narrative was shifting. The posts became less about my cheating and more about me being a vindictive ex using the legal system to abuse her. She started a GoFundMe for her legal fees titled "Help Me Fight My Abuser's Attempt to Silence Me." It raised $3,000 in 2 days. I wanted to scream. She destroyed my reputation with lies, got me suspended from work, and now she was the victim needing financial support. But Nathan kept me focused. Let her dig. Every dollar she raises, every post she makes, every lie she tells, it's all evidence of malicious intent. She's not claiming it was a mistake or misunderstanding. She's doubling down. That's what turns a defamation case from compensatory to punitive damages. The legal bills were adding up, but Nathan assured me it would be worth it. When we win, and we will win, she'll be responsible for your legal fees too. This is going to cost her everything. Update 2. 3 weeks later, discovery phase was enlightening. Cassandra's deposition was scheduled for a Tuesday. Mackenzie tried every trick to delay it. Sudden illness, scheduling conflicts, even claiming Cassandra was too traumatized to participate. The judge wasn't having it. "Miss Wolf, your client was well enough to post 17 times on social media this week about this case. She can sit for a deposition." The deposition was a masterclass in watching someone destroy their own case. Nathan started simple. "Miss Rodriguez, you posted on December 15th that Derek cheated on you with multiple women, correct?" "Yes. Can you name these women?" Silence. Mackenzie interjected. "My client doesn't have to." "Actually, she does," Nathan cut in. "She made specific allegations of infidelity. We're entitled to know who these alleged partners were." Cassandra shifted in her seat. I don't remember their names." "You don't remember the names of the multiple women your boyfriend of 4 years cheated with?" "It was traumatic, but not too traumatic to post about it extensively on social media within hours of discovering it." The deposition went downhill from there. She couldn't provide a single piece of evidence. No texts, no photos, no witnesses. When asked why she was so certain I'd cheated, she finally snapped. "I just knew, okay? The way he acted about money, controlling me, telling me I couldn't buy things, that's emotional cheating." Nathan paused. "Ms. Rodriguez, are you now claiming that discussing financial boundaries is equivalent to infidelity?" Mackenzie tried to intervene, but the damage was done. Cassandra had just admitted, on record, that the cheating was actually about our financial disagreement. But the real bombshell came when Nathan subpoenaed her phone records. Turns out, Cassandra had been texting with someone named Jerome for months. Flirty texts, late-night messages, plans to meet up that coincidentally aligned with times she said she was with Vanessa. "Miss Rodriguez, who is Jerome Martinez?" Her face went white. "Just a friend." "A friend you texted can't wait to feel you again at 2 a.m.? Mackenzie objected, but Nathan continued. "I'm establishing that Miss Rodriguez's accusations of infidelity were projection of her own behavior." The smoking gun was a text thread from the night before the posts. Cassandra to Vanessa. "Derek's being a controlling AH about money again. I'm going to teach him a lesson he won't forget." "What are you thinking? Remember when Brittany's ex tried to leave her and she posted about him beating her? He came crawling back, begging her to take the posts down. Guys can't handle public shame." Vanessa. "LMAO, brutal. Do it." Nathan looked at Cassandra. "So this was planned retaliation for a financial discussion?" Cassandra broke down crying. Mackenzie called for a break. During the break, I heard shouting from the conference room. Mackenzie was furious. "You told me he cheated. You said you had proof. This is a text admitting you made it up." The deposition resumed with a very different tone. Mackenzie was now in damage control mode, but it was too late. 2 days later, something unexpected happened. I got a call from Shannon in HR. "Derek, we need to discuss something. Cassandra's employer, Meridian Marketing, just called us." Turns out, Meridian Marketing had been following the case. A marketing firm couldn't afford to employ someone who publicly fabricated stories for social media manipulation. They'd done their own investigation after being served as a third party in our discovery request. We needed employment verification for damage calculations. "They terminated her this morning," Shannon continued. "Cited reputation damage to their firm and dishonesty. They're also considering their own legal action for the negative attention she's brought to their company." I felt a mix of vindication and pity. She'd destroyed her own career over a tantrum about designer handbags. But Cassandra wasn't done playing victim. That evening, she posted, "Lost my job today because my ex-boyfriend's vendetta against me. He's not satisfied with suing me. Now he's destroying my career. This is what happens when women speak up. We get punished while abusers get protected. I'm devastated." The GoFundMe got updated. Now she needed money for living expenses too. Nathan screenshot it all. She just can't help herself. Every post makes our punitive damage claims stronger. Update 3. 2 months later. The pretrial settlement conference was a joke. Mackenzie came in swinging with an offer that left Nathan and me speechless. Cassandra would graciously agree to delete the posts if I dropped the lawsuit and paid her $50,000 for emotional distress. Nathan actually laughed. "Is this a serious offer?" "My client has suffered immensely," Mackenzie said with a straight face. "She's lost her job, her reputation." "Because she committed defamation," Nathan interrupted. "She admitted in deposition that she fabricated the cheating allegations as revenge for a financial disagreement. We have text evidence of premeditation. Your client is looking at massive damages. No jury will side against a woman speaking about relationship trauma." Nathan pulled out a folder. "Want to bet? We have 73 screenshots of posts, each one a separate count of defamation. We have her deposition, admitting the allegations were false. We have texts showing malicious intent. We have proof of her actual infidelity with Jerome Martinez. And now we have evidence of continued defamation post-legal notice, which opens her up to punitive damages." He slid a paper across the table. "Here's our offer. Cassandra pays $175,000 in damages, covers all legal fees, posts a full retraction and apology on all platforms, and signs an NDA preventing her from ever mentioning Derek again. In exchange, we don't pursue the maximum punitive damages, which could exceed $300,000. Mackenzie's face darkened. "That's extortion." "That's consequences," Nathan replied. They rejected the offer. Big mistake. The trial was set for 6 weeks out. In that time, Cassandra's life continued to implode. Word had gotten around the marketing industry about why she was fired. She couldn't get interviews anywhere. Her GoFundMe stalled at $8,000 after people started questioning the story. Jerome disappeared the moment things got legal. Shocking. Vanessa distanced herself after being deposed and realizing she could face her own legal troubles for defamation by republication. But Cassandra doubled down. She started a blog, survivornotsilence.com, where she posted daily about her journey fighting legal abuse. She gave interviews to anyone who would listen, mostly small podcasts and blogs about women's rights in the digital age. Every single appearance was documented by our legal team. 3 weeks before trial, I got an unexpected call. "Derek? This is Monica Martinez." "I'm sorry, who?" "Jerome's wife." My blood ran cold. "I think we should talk," she continued. "I have information about Cassandra that might interest you." We met at a coffee shop downtown. Monica was clearly devastated, but composed. "I found out about the affair a month ago," she said, sliding a folder across the table. "I hired my own PI when Jerome started acting strange. These are, well, look for yourself. Photos. Cassandra and Jerome at hotels. Receipts for dinners when she told me she was working late. The PI's report showed the affair had been going on for at least 6 months, long before our argument about money. She was planning to leave you for him," Monica said, "but Jerome wouldn't leave me. When he finally told her it was just fun, she lost it. That's when she went after you publicly. She needed someone to blame for her life falling apart. Why are you telling me this?" "Because she destroyed my marriage and is playing victim. Jerome showed me the posts about you. It's sick. She does this to everyone who doesn't give her what she wants. Would you testify?" Monica nodded. "She needs to be stopped." Update 4. Trial week. Cassandra showed up to court in a conservative outfit I'd never seen her wear, looking every bit the victimized woman. Her family filled 2 rows: parents, siblings, cousins. The family that had welcomed me to dinners for 4 years now glared at me like I was a monster. My side had my parents, my sister, and a handful of close friends who knew the truth. Nathan's opening statement was brilliant. "Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, this case is simple. The defendant, Cassandra Rodriguez, deliberately and maliciously published false statements that Derek Williams cheated on her. She did this not because it was true, but because she was angry about a conversation regarding financial responsibility. She weaponized social media to destroy a man's reputation, career, and relationships. We will show you texts where she planned this lesson, posts where she elaborated on lies, and evidence that she herself was the unfaithful party. This isn't about silencing women. This is about consequences for deliberate defamation. Mackenzie painted a different picture. Cassandra Rodriguez is a woman who spoke her truth and is now being legally and financially destroyed by a vindictive ex-partner with deeper pockets. Even if she was mistaken about some details, she had the right to express her feelings about her relationship. This lawsuit is nothing more than an attempt to silence a woman's voice. The first day was procedural, but day 2 brought fireworks. I testified first. Nathan walked me through the relationship, the financial disagreements, the night she left, and waking up to my life destroyed online. We presented every screenshot, every impact on my job, every damaged relationship. Mackenzie's cross-examination was brutal. Mr. Williams, isn't it true you tried to control Cassandra's spending? I suggested we budget if we were planning a future together. You told her she couldn't buy things she wanted. I told her maxing out credit cards on designer bags while we're trying to save for a house wasn't sustainable. So you admit you were controlling her financially? I admit I wanted us to be financially responsible. She tried everything, painting me as controlling, suggesting I was hiding assets, even implying the lawsuit was abuse. But she couldn't shake the fundamental fact: I never cheated. Day 3 was Cassandra's turn. She cried through most of her testimony, painting herself as a woman who knew in her heart I'd been unfaithful. But under Nathan's cross-examination, her story fell apart. Miss Rodriguez, you testified you knew I was cheating? Can you provide a single piece of evidence? Women's intuition? Is that admissible as evidence? I felt it. You felt it, but you posted as fact that Derek cheated with multiple women. That's a specific allegation. Can you name one woman? Silence. Let me help you remember, Nathan continued, pulling out the text exchange with Vanessa. You wrote, I'm going to teach him a lesson he won't forget. What lesson were you teaching? I was emotional. Were you emotional when you tagged his employer, his mother, when you called him a narcissist and serial cheater in posts that reached thousands of people? The knockout blow came when Nathan presented Jerome's testimony via video deposition. He was too cowardly to appear in person. He admitted to the affair, confirmed it had been going on for 6 months, and most importantly, confirmed Cassandra had told him she was planning to destroy Derek financially if he didn't give her more money. But the star witness was Monica Martinez. She testified with quiet dignity about discovering her husband's affair, about the evidence she'd gathered, about Cassandra's pattern of manipulation. She told Jerome she was going to ruin Derek because he was cheap, Monica stated. She said she knew how to hurt men through their reputations and careers. She was proud of it. Mackenzie objected repeatedly, but the judge allowed it as evidence of malicious intent. The jury deliberated for only 3 hours. Verdict: defamation per se. Malicious intent proven. Damages: $200,000 compensatory, $100,000 punitive. Total: $300,000 plus all legal fees. The courtroom erupted. Cassandra sobbed hysterically. Her mother shouted that the system was rigged against women. Her father had to be escorted out for threatening me. But the judge wasn't done. Miss Rodriguez, this court also issues a permanent injunction. You are hereby prohibited from making any public statements about Mr. Williams, directly or indirectly, in perpetuity. Any violation will result in immediate contempt charges. Furthermore, you are ordered to post a full retraction and apology on all platforms where the original defamatory statements were made within 48 hours. Final update: 6 months later. Getting money from someone with no job and no assets is basically impossible. Cassandra declared bankruptcy within a month of the verdict. I'll probably never see most of that $300,000, but that wasn't really the point. The court-ordered retraction was posted on all her social media. I, Cassandra Rodriguez, publicly retract all statements made about Derek Williams regarding infidelity. These statements were false and made with malicious intent. I apologize for the damage caused to his reputation, career, and personal relationships. This retraction is made pursuant to court order following a defamation judgment against me. It got screenshot and shared hundreds of times. The truth was finally out there. Her GoFundMe got shut down after someone reported it for fraud. You can't raise money based on lies you've legally admitted to in court. Last I heard through mutual acquaintances, she moved back in with her parents in another state. She can't work in marketing anymore. No firm will touch someone convicted of malicious defamation via social media manipulation. She's apparently working retail and still telling anyone who'll listen that she's a victim of the legal system. Vanessa still posts vague things about standing with survivors but won't mention Cassandra by name. Legal liability is a great teacher. Jerome's marriage imploded. Monica divorced him and took him for everything in the divorce. Karma. As for me, the paid leave ended once the verdict came in. Ted and Shannon apologized profusely. The company even gave me a raise, partly out of guilt for not believing me initially. My reputation at work is actually stronger now. Everyone knows I was falsely accused and fought back legally instead of getting into social media drama. Dating has been interesting. Some women see me as the guy who sued his ex-girlfriend. Others see me as someone who stood up to defamation and won. I'm taking a break from relationships for now, focusing on work on rebuilding the friendships that got damaged in the initial blast. My mom still brings up that horrible girl every holiday dinner. My sister jokes that I should frame the verdict. Maybe I will. Nathan and I grab beers occasionally. He says it's still one of his favorite cases. Clear-cut defamation with a perpetrator who couldn't stop incriminating herself. He's even used it as a teaching case for other attorneys about the power of documentation. The lesson? If someone decides to destroy your reputation with lies, don't fight back on social media. Don't engage in the court of public opinion. Document everything. Hire a good attorney and let the legal system do what it's designed to do. Cassandra thought she could destroy me with a few posts and face no consequences. She thought being a woman crying about a cheating boyfriend would give her immunity from accountability. She thought wrong. Sometimes the best revenge isn't getting even, it's getting justice. $300,000 worth of justice, to be exact. Even if I never see a penny, watching her admit in court that she lied, seeing her lose her career over her own malicious choices, and having legal documentation that I was the victim, not her, that's priceless. Don't defame people, folks. In the age of screenshots and digital trails, the truth has a way of coming out, and it's expensive when it does.